Tennessee at Kentucky. We both took Tennessee minus 3.5. But I did not take them knowing the condition that Devin Leary was going to throw for almost 400 yards.
I would have changed my pick. Devin Leary, 400 yards at home.
I would have said that they blew him out. But here we are, Tennessee with almost 500 total yards of offense. They ran the ball all over them. Dude, and it was every running back team. Jabari Small was a little bit less featured, but Wright was getting going in the first half, and then they're like, we're gonna hand it off to who's the third string running back?
Samson.
Yeah, we're just gonna hand it off to Samson 800 bajillion times and watch him just absolutely shred Kentucky. They couldn't tackle him. So
yeah, he had plays on. It was 3rd and long. It'd be 2nd and long. They had a screen pass where he snuck out of these guys and somehow got the first down. And then it was a 3rd and 6, whatever it was, and they needed a first down to extend the drive. He got one. Joe Milton got on the action. I mentioned it in every Tennessee video since the Bama game. Right, they've been running the football with him more, getting him involved. I think that's fantastic for him, and I think that helps him settle in the football game. You saw he was extremely accurate on the road, 18 to 21, moving the pocket, throwing people open. I was really impressed with Tennessee.
I was too. I feel better about both of these teams moving forward, to be honest.
Which is really interesting. Really, really interesting.
Yeah, I mean the Tennessee's defense I think will get theirs against like this team. It'll be interesting. I don't think they match up well against Georgia at all when they play, but
does that worry you? Does it worry you that Devin Leary had his best game against Tennessee, or do you think it's just, it finally clicked for Devin Leary? Or is this something that Tennessee fans should be worried about in November?
Know. Dude, like Devin Leary looked like an NFL quarterback this game. Like he was
he
was like no, like actually, like it wasn't like, there was a lot of like underneath stuff, but it was like he would go underneath because it'd be like from 1 to 2 to 3, and he would make a great throw under pressure. He was under pressure a lot too, but he was just stepping up in the pocket, different arm angles, making those throws. Kentucky had a really good game plan offensively going into this game, so I'll give them credit for that.
They didn't run the ball great. They didn't run the ball great with Ray Davis.
No, they did not. And I took the under in this game, under 51.5. I don't have a large enough sample size of Devin Leary playing like this to either want to bet that again or not bet that again. So I'm still a little iffy on that. I don't know yet if it was a good bet or a bad bet, but it didn't hit, so that's a bummer. But yeah, this was early on. I felt like Tennessee was going to run away with this, but then all of a sudden, man, like, dude, Devin Leary, man, for how much poop we've been talking about that guy, like, he played a fantastic game. Will he continue to play like that? I don't know. Maybe they've kind of found their rhythm offensively, in that passing game, but
yeah, I can't tell if this will be. If this is the rule now, or is this the exception going forward for Devin Leary? Obviously, small sample size at home. The offensive game plan, like you said, was really good. I do think it was nice. Like Dane Key, good player. We knew that. We talked about Barry Brown. We've been trying to get those guys more involved in the passing game, explosive passing game all year, and they finally got it done. They got the freshman Anthony Brown Stevens involved as well. He had a nice catch on the sidelines. I don't know. I look at Kentucky's schedule, and to me, like, I identified this stretch right here as the hardest stretch of their season: Florida, Georgia, Missouri, Tennessee. They went 1-4, and then obviously losing their last 3, but they get some winnable games. The problem is, what scares me here is you play 3 of the 4 teams on the road, and the only team at home is an ascending Alabama football team. Now, yes, you'll get Alabama after an LSU game, which is always pretty tough. That game after that is always tough for Bama, and sometimes they do come out sluggish. But I don't know. I don't know. Their over under was 6.5, Kentucky, and they started 5-0, and everyone was singing their praise, whatever. And I was looking at you guys and telling you guys, like, it's going to be a really rough October and November for them, and that proved to be the case. But after, even in a loss, I do see there's hope. There's light at the end of the tunnel for Devin Leary and this offense to get going and to win at least 2 of the next 4, if not 3 of the next 4 games down the stretch. There, you got Mississippi State out on the road, Alabama there, and then at South Carolina, and then a rival game, a non-SEC game at Louisville, right? So who knows? I think some good things for Kentucky. As the other side for Tennessee, I was really impressed. I mean, their defense wasn't great. Obviously, not surprising, or not super like exciting for them to give up a ton of points to Kentucky and the way they move the ball. But you get UConn, right? Which you get a little break in the action of SEC
Yep.
play, and then you get Missouri and Georgia, right? In back-to-back weeks there. Obviously, the two front runners in the SEC East. Who knows? Who knows? I think a lot of those teams in the SEC East are playing each other. How do you think that's going to end up, right? With the SEC East, Missouri, Georgia, and Tennessee all kind of playing each other in the next 3 to 4 weeks.
I mean, I think Georgia comes out of it. I mean, look, they get Missouri at home, right? And I know Tennessee gets Georgia at home. Tennessee gets Georgia at home, right?
Correct.
Georgia gets Missouri at home.
And Missouri
I
gets
I
Tennessee at home.
I worry about Tennessee against Georgia. Offensively, they've looked okay for 6 out of the last 8 quarters. So that's promising. But dude, Jalen Milroe and Devin Leary are able to kind of sling the rock on this Tennessee secondary. Like it's a little nerve wracking because Georgia's
Carson's
offensive line
back.
is a little bit now. Granted, they haven't played maybe to the level we thought they were going to play, but Georgia's offensive line is better than Alabama's and Kentucky's for sure. And Carson Beck is playing at a higher level than I think Jalen Milroe and Devin Leary.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I I do want to make a point here. I think we've gotten spoiled with first year starting quarterbacks, especially at programs that typically have good quarterbacks or people that are like you get spoiled with like Caleb Williams or transfers coming in and immediately having success. I do think like sometimes it just takes time. In this case, Devin Leary, it took him until week 9 to really have a game where he really flashed. And who knows if that'll carry on the rest of the year. Joe Milton, I thought it's taken him 6, 7, 8 weeks to really ramp up and to start playing when I think pretty good football. Um, so I don't know. I think it's interesting. You're seeing obviously Colin McCord and Ohio State trying to find their groove, still working on it. I think it's interesting. I think it's really interesting. I think this is a year where elite quarterback play is at a premium, especially at those top level programs. Minus Georgia, man, Carson Beck is incredible, incredible. They went from Stetson Bennett obviously to another Heisman caliber quarterback. But this is Tennessee and Kentucky. I think both these teams in a loss should feel better about their team and about their season afterwards, which is not always the case. And I think in this scenario, that's the right feeling for both these schools to be having.